In a normal game of Dead by Daylight, it takes 12 hooks to sacrifice all 4 survivors. But today, we're gonna see if it's possible to do it with only 4. That means I can only hook each survivor once, no repeats, no second chances. And of course, I still need to get a 4K to win. Sounds simple, right? Yeah, not even close. There's also one more rule I decided to add later on, and it makes this challenge almost impossible. But you'll have to keep watching to see what it is. And since one of the easiest ways to pull this off got removed with the Myers rework, we're gonna have to get creative if we want to make this work. And make sure you watch till the end because the different strategies that we try out just keep getting crazier. So now that the challenge is laid out, let's see if it's even possible to 4K without hooking a survivor twice. Alright, so I've done some thinking, and for our first attempt, I want a killer that'll let us down survivors quickly, and the perfect candidate for that is Bubba. And the strategy we are going for revolves entirely around one perk. Scourge Hook Monstrous Shrine. If you don't know, Monstrous Shrine makes Scourge Hooks grant 20% faster entity progression on survivors' hook states, and that is where the rest of the build comes into play. The game plan is to only have to hook survivors once and make it so survivors are not able to rescue them before they die. But due to anti-camp, we cannot just stay near them until they die, so we're gonna have to employ a little something I like to call blindness. While survivors are blind, they are unable to see the auras of their teammates that are on hook, so hopefully paired with Monstrous Shrine, we will be able to get away with only hooking survivors once. And for our blindness perks, we will be using Hex, the 3rd seal, which gives survivors blindness after they are damaged by any means, Hex Undying to protect our previous perk, and Mindbreaker to give survivors blindness while they are working on generators. If this actually works, we might have just found the perfect killer for this challenge. Let's test it out. Oh man, we got RPD. This is actually pretty good. I think this is perfect for the build. We just need to apply 3rd seal on these survivors so we can get some M1s on them. And then hopefully after we have 3rd seal applied on almost everybody, the chainsaw, if they heal up, will be perfect. We got a guy who's already revealed. Looks like he might have already found a totem. Okay, that's not one of our important ones. That's just Undying. We go to break this. We'll give him a smack. Actually, I'd like to down him. Oh, we can't really down him though. We need to make sure we hit him and then just leave and go for somebody else. Because that applies 3rd seal. And then if we can find some other people here. Okay, we're gonna get M1 on this girl too. Nice. Okay, yep, we found a 3rd one. So this will be our third seal. And if we can get Monstrous Shrine on her too, that'd be really good. Oh, she dropped. That's insane. We're just gonna take her as a down. And then there's only one survivor that can actually see where she gets hooked. So we're gonna have to pick her up. And then hopefully we can get her in like a corner that's a little bit tricky to find. We're gonna take her over here. We've got this Scourge Hook all the way up here. I kind of like that one. I don't know if we're gonna make it, but we can try. Oh yeah, we don't quite make it. Okay, this is where this build starts to show its cracks. The only chance we have at it working is being able to hook survivors in corners and parts of the map that are not easily accessible. You'll see with my first hook in a second why this is important. Oh, we actually got the Rebecca there. That is huge. So we should be able to pick her up, and then we can just throw her on the first Scourge Hook we find. They're all gonna be blind, and they might not quite realize where she's hooked. So that's number 1. We just need to keep everybody else away. This girl ran off back here. And we've got Monstrous Shrine on her, so I think she's above me. Yeah, she did this gen up here. Alright, looks like we've got the Fang here. She's gonna drop this pallet, probably. Oh, she doesn't. That's crazy. Looks like they broke that gen. If we could down her, we're in a good spot. Wow, she greeted that pallet. That's insane. Oh no, Barella's going for the rescue. We need to stop her from that. Oh, she's gonna do it too. Dang, that screws up the entire plan. And with that unhook, that meant that this attempt was a failure. After this result, I realized a few blaring issues that make winning using this strategy nearly impossible. Number 1, after hooking a survivor, a black orb still displays to all survivors that shows them the direction a survivor was hooked at. And combine that with a map that isn't completely flat, and survivors will easily be able to tell where their teammates are hooked. Second, if we run into a Swift, they could just tell each other over comms where they are hooked. We need to come up with a strategy that relies less on RNG. Alright, so Bubba didn't exactly go as planned. This time, I'm bringing out the Trapper, and the idea here is simple. Get someone in the basement, trap it up, and make it impossible for anyone to unhook safely. If this works, we can get all 4 hooks without ever rehooking a single survivor. For our build, we are going to be running Monstrous Shrine again, Agitation, and Iron Grasp to let us reach the basement easier, and finally, Corrupt Intervention to buy us a little time getting that first basement hook. And for our add-ons, Honing Stone to cause survivors to be downed if they get stuck in my traps, and Trapper Sack so we can easily put all our traps near the basement. A similar idea as last time, just a bit more strategy. It's either genius or it's about to go horribly wrong again. Oh man, we got Larry's. This might work out for us just because of all the walls. We might be able to place a couple good traps down. The game plan is going to be to hook a survivor at the basement. And we need to hold on to our traps as well, because we're just going to have to layer traps everywhere there if we want to keep it working. So we probably head over in that direction. Hopefully, somebody run right by us. I was going to say, hopefully we could find a survivor over there. We'll just have to start chasing on this guy. I'm really hoping we can get this basement hook, or we're going to be kind of screwed out of this one if we don't. Oh, we don't get that hit. That's close. It kind of sucks because we're just relying on a quick down. Is basement in main? I'm not sure. No, it doesn't look like it is. Yeah, it's not in main. So that's good for us that it's over in the library. If this guy brings us over there too, that'll be even better. Yeah, we're right here. If we could get him here, this would be perfect. The perfect spot to down him. Literally right here. I need him to mess up bad. Now we've got Iron Grasp and Agi, so this could work out. He's not going to take that pallet. Okay, he actually goes for that. That's perfect for us. Oh, he wasn't ready for that one. All right, we get a free down there, and we've got basement right here. This is the perfect setup. He just let it happen perfectly, and then with Corrupt up, these guys are probably all on the other side of the map. So we'll throw him down here, and then we can just set up our whole web of traps. We're going to want to throw him on this hook. And then we put a trap on this corner. A lot of survivors run into that one. We're just going to have to trap this entire thing and hope it works out. Now, I probably could have placed some better traps here, but I was feeling quite rushed due to wanting to avoid letting the anti-camp self-unhook activate. And hopefully we can do this before he's able to jump off hook. Alright, nice. That should be good enough for now. And then we can place a couple around here just on the outside. And that should do for now, I think. I don't want to let him jump off that hook. I'm sure his status is pretty high, so we're gonna have to hang around this area. And somebody's actually already over there and got him off hook. That's insane. Despite this early failure, I still really like this idea, and I wanted to try out this build more and see if we could find any success at all with it. So we're gonna continue and push through in this game. Yeah, looks like the Steve's still down here. So if we can grab him, I will take a 3K with it. That's not too bad. Yeah, he's just able to dodge all these. Disarming these. There we go, we'll grab Steve. We'll be able to throw him back down here. And hopefully we can get this to work out. Throw him back all the way down here. We're going to have to throw down a couple more traps. And just pray that these guys somehow manage to run into them. If this guy wants to do it too, I will not complain. If he downs here too, this is perfect for us. Oh, he gets the unhook on Steve still somehow? Wow, that's insane. I don't know how he managed to get that. This is just sucking. I think the traps are just too weak. Like the trapper, everybody kind of expects these set traps already. If we can get one or two, you know, that's not too bad. We've still got one more trap we can throw down. And, you know, maybe we can get a second survivor in it as well. I'm gonna reset this trap here. We've got one at that vault. So if we could set one at this vault too, we are probably chilling. Probably about here. We just arm the rest of these traps. And then we can leave him to cook for a little bit with our monstrous shrine. Found a survivor over here. We can pressure this guy a little bit. Like, this is the guy we first hooked. We're gonna have to kick this pal. We can give him chase and stuff. We're just not allowed to hook him again. So if we down him, that's a lot of pressure on these guys to go get that rescue. And it's looking like this guy might actually end up stage 2ing. We do want to be close by in case somebody goes for that rescue, so we're kind of going to stay in this range. Yeah, I see some scratch marks over here. We can start heading in and hopefully cut them off. Okay, they didn't make it down yet. Perfect. So right here, the Felix actually does hit stage 2 off of just one hook, so that shows some positive signs for this build, but he does unfortunately end up getting unhooked here soon, so we're actually going to skip ahead and show off the last little bit of success that this build was able to find before we move into an insane strategy that actually worked out. Or did it? We just gotta pray Ace somehow runs into one of these traps. Not looking good. Yeah, he's not gonna do it. We can make it panic a little bit, maybe they will. Okay, that guy ran into one, but that doesn't help us a ton. And this guy's gonna vault into that one probably. Yeah. This just doesn't work out well enough for us with this one. And we're able to throw this guy back on hook down here. But do we really want him? I don't think we do. We're just gonna have to drop him here. We're gonna take the ace instead. And I'm fine with that guy getting it, because this whole strat is to see if we can kill them all. I mean, we got one extra health stage, but With the way this is working, it's too difficult against these guys. We'll reset this one. It looks like they're all downing themselves to these traps. Steve ran straight into that one. Yeah, I know there's a trap here. We'll have to eat that to get him on. And Steve can't do anything to save that. So, I mean, at least we'll throw these guys into the basement. And we'll take this as a win, probably, but the challenge is for sure lost. Yeah, we can't stop that unhook from happening either. I stepped in my own trap, too. Nice. We'll throw this guy up. As you see, the build still kind of worked out, with the traps catching survivors running into or trying to escape the basement, but this attempt still wouldn't be strong enough to reach our goal. We need to completely rethink our strategy. Alright, so after using Bubba and the Trapper, I think I finally cracked it. The plan is to use the Hillbilly. With his high mobility and insta-downs, we will be able to down all 4 survivors and slug them before they get a chance to pick each other back up. For the build, we are running Corrupt Intervention to give us time at the beginning to get our first down, Infectious Fright so we can quickly down nearby survivors, Deer Stalker in case we need to find any missing survivors, and Hex Noed in case we need a Hail Mary to save the game. But this game took an unexpected turn and forced us to add our second rule. Awesome, we did not get an indoor map. That was the one thing I was afraid of. Rotten Fields is going to be perfect for us because we got a ton of wide open areas we can just go through. And hopefully we find some survivors quickly. There we go, instantly finding one, and that's an instant down. And we've got Infectious on this guy over here, so we can immediately head over here too. Oh, somebody dropped this pallet here. Got a Laura Croft here. See if we can figure out where she got off to. So the nice thing is we don't have to exclusively use our chainsaw. We only have to down them. They're gonna drop this here. And we should be able to get a nice down here if we're quick enough. Nah, we're not gonna make that one. Oh, she just books it out of this tile. They're able to pick that up, but we're almost able to grab that down. They got her fully healed up as well. She might make this vault. Nah, not quite. Get a nice reveal on these guys at Shack. We've got somebody all the way over there too. Should be able to find somebody here. I think this is the girl we downed earlier. She grabs that vault. There's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. There's a guy on this gen over here. So we'll switch. Oh no, this is the girl we downed earlier. Oh, nice dodge. Well played. I don't think we're going to be able to grab... Oh no, we can grab this chainsaw. There's no pallet here, right? Oh no, it is right here. Sweet down. And as we grab the down on this Sable, this is where the issue with this attempt comes into play. Yep, a DC. And this is just the beginning of where our problems start. I'm done, man. This is the only way we can do it. We'll get her, and we've got 2 survivors in Shack now. If we can get them injured, it does make it a little bit easier. Alright, she's over here, so we should be able to grab her. Nice. We need to head back to that other survivor over here now. So I imagine, yeah, we're going for that rescue. Oh, they got off of it. That was close to being able to land. Grab an M1 here. And they did that gen. If we can get this survivor down, we're in a pretty decent spot. We just got to be careful of them rescuing all the other downed guys that we have. Oh, she went back into that. Okay, they're going for the rescue, though. Get them healing over here. This is actually perfect for us. With them all injured, we can just go for M1s. We know the Lara Croft's over here. The Sable's still in the other land. The Haunted by Daylight area. This should be a down on the Lara Croft, and then it's just back to the Sable again, really. She's still in there. Okay, she made it out. I don't see her anywhere over here. And with our second DC followed shortly by a third one, I knew that unfortunately, despite us completing the challenge, that this should not count as a victory for us. This was not the way I intended to beat the challenge, and it also was not fun at all to play like this. That meant that we have one new rule. Slugging is not allowed as the main strategy to beat the challenge. With that new rule set, there are only a couple options left for us. We either need to have survivors die on the first hook, or we need to come up with something a little more creative. After everything so far, I was starting to think that this challenge might actually be impossible. But then I had an idea. Thinking back to the original Myers strategy of mooring all survivors, what if instead of focusing on hooks, we were able to just straight up kill all the survivors? So I present to you, the pig. The pig's power comes with head traps that you can put on survivors, and after 2.5 minutes, if they aren't able to get it off, they will die. That is an extremely long time for survivors to have a chance to take them off, so we are going to have to run 2 add-ons to make that a bit more difficult. We are using Tampered Timer to reduce the time it takes by 20 seconds, and Bag of Gears to increase the time it takes to search a jigsaw box to try to remove the trap. This will synergize perfectly with our perks. There is one strategy that you can use to interrupt survivors searching a jigsaw box: screaming. Anytime a survivor screams, their search will cancel and they will have to completely restart searching that box. And our perks to accomplish this are Hex, Face the Darkness. After injuring a survivor, all other survivors outside our terror radius will scream every 25 seconds. Ultimate Weapon. After opening a locker, all survivors within 40 meters will scream. Thwack. When breaking a pallet or wall, survivors within 36 meters will scream. And finally, Infectious Fright. All survivors within our terror radius, when another survivor is down, will scream. That's a whole lot of screaming, and if all goes well, this will be the build that finally wins the challenge for us. Let's give it a shot. Oh man, we got the treatment theater. Okay, this actually works out pretty well. It is a little bit of a stealthy map, so we can make this work towards our favorite, at least towards getting our first injury and stuff. We just need to hope we don't get it too fast, or at least get our first down too fast before they're able to complete a gen. Able to find our first survivors here. Nice smack onto that Felix, and then we'll have to go after this girl over here and try to down her. And I'm fine taking a little bit of time with this. Hear her vault behind me. If we down her too fast, we might want to take a little bit long putting on our head trap. She makes this pallet here. Opts not to drop it. Are we going for the window or another pallet? You just screwed yourself here. They completed the gen too early. And we already lost our totem. That sucks. Wow, they shredded through that. We'll be able to throw her on hook though, at least. We're gonna have to wait for that second gen to pop for that then. That is horrible. See a survivor over here on this gen. Looks like he sees us as well. We don't have to worry about our perk anymore, so we can just take this down. It's gonna make this pallet. So we're gonna get panic a little bit. Okay, he decides to commit onto that side. We should be able to get him over here. And pray that they do complete another generator soon. Yeah, we've got somebody on that gen over there. Because that had no progress before. So I'm fine with that. They might not quite be ready for the build that we have here. This girl's gonna make it far, but she's opting... Oh, God pallet here. Yeah, that sucks. But it should buy us a little bit more time. Oh, the scream actually interrupted her flashlight blind. That's amazing. That is really crazy. Not gonna be able to grab her here, so we'll take this pallet. Bump it through our thwack stacks, unfortunately, just due to the God pallets. We will be able to down her here. And we need to throw this head trap on quick, because I imagine they're almost done with the next gen. There we go, we got 3 guys ready to go. So we need to start opening some lockers and interrupting them if we can. I'm just trying to find a locker to interrupt their progress. There we go. A whole bunch of people screaming. We got a girl in this corner. Probably doing her trap. I want to let them do a gen. Yeah, she's doing her trap here. Looks like we were able to interrupt that. That's sweet. If we can grab an injure here, that works too. We kind of just let the V do her own thing for a bit. Hopefully knocking out some gens. She'll make this pallet here, but if we go around... Oh. She decides to not go through it. Respect it again? Or just run through it, yeah. It's fine. Cause a little bit more screamage. And hopefully we can cut her off here too soon. Here's some progress on a couple gens. It kind of sucks. This build would be a lot stronger if we had our hex up. They'd just be screaming all over the place over there. Yeah, it looks like the Felix was able to get his trap off. So that's still okay. We are still fine with that. We'll open up this locker. Hopefully cause a couple of screams. Nah, just her. These guys don't seem... Okay, there we go. We got our traps activated now. We can drop chase on this girl. With that second generator completed, this allows us to drop chase since we need her timer to start. Unfortunately, during all that, the Felix was able to get his trap off, but with 2 traps currently active and 1 still available to apply, we can still pull this off. We can find a locker here soon. It'd be a nice interrupt. We're able to find some scratch marks here of this girl doing her trap. I'm hoping we can interrupt her before she does it. I think we might have... Oh, they got their other trap done too. This one might just be scrapped. I mean, there's still a chance for us to get 2 survivors out with this. We're honestly just got to down this girl and leave her here. It's a down. I mean, we can just throw her on hook. Or just attach another trap on her. Yeah, I think we might honestly take the second trap because they're probably done with another gen. We'll just see if we can grab 2 here instead of the 1. There's a guy right next to us. Go for the instant unhook or something. I respect it. We should be able to grab that hit. Oh, we don't. That's close. Perfect timing on that. I imagine our girl's over here running around doing her traps. She's still running. And they popped that other gen for this unhook. Cool, cool. Oh, she's actually right here. That's insane. We're gonna let her run off and do her thing. And hopefully we can find this survivor going for the unhook. Yeah, she was trying to go for it. We'll grab a nice hit. We're still on 1 hook on everybody. This girl screamed. I think she's out of it. At the very least, we can down her before she completes it. Nice. Okay, that's 1 done. If it isn't clear yet, this build is going to be the one that takes us to the victory. 1 survivor is out, and we can still get 2 more. We can take out the V with the trap she already has, and get the finishing Mori on the last survivor to get us a total of 3 kills and a valiant attempt at the challenge. This is the girl whose head trap is going off. Should be able to interrupt her here. Yeah, stop her from doing that one for now. Buy us a little bit of time. And if we come over here and open up this locker, that'll interrupt her as well. And then we can head back a 3rd time. And we'll just pick her up off that. So what we are doing here seems like it's actually going to be a key part of this strategy. If we are out of options to make the survivor scream to interrupt their search, we can always just pick them up off of it and interrupt it like this. We'll bring her over here like we're playing the game. She's got a little bit of beepage going on, but not too much. She's running straight back to that one, so maybe she wants it. We're going to stop her. If we can leave chase here, we'll be able to make it and open up a locker by the time she makes it there, roughly. There we go. Infectious is going to cause that a little bit. And we'll hit that 1 more time. This girl we can throw up on hook. And then we'll be able to let this girl escape too from our grasp. And then we'll be able to hit another locker open to make her scream a little bit. She's running all the way back to that box there. If we stay like this, I don't think it starts chase. And we've got a locker over here, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. She missed the skill check. Wait a little bit longer. Then we pop open this locker. Interrupt that. We should be able to pick her up off this, and we can drag her away. And she's kind of screwed out of this one, I think. Oh, this is glorious. Take her away a little bit so our ultimate weapon comes back up. We'll drop her on the ground again. Oh yeah, this thing's definitely exploding. She jump in the locker? There she goes. That's 2 for us. This strategy seems like it'll be the key to victory in this challenge. But unfortunately, with only 2 successful kills on 1 hook state, that'll mean that this attempt is a failure, and we're gonna have to give it another try. Although we didn't win the challenge today, I'm not giving up yet. We have finally found a strategy that will win this whole thing. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss part 2, where we finally complete this challenge once and for all. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and comment down below which strategy was your favorite. This video took absolutely forever to make, but it was a complete blast the entire way through. So your support means the absolute world to me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.